Hey, clap your hands if you can hear us.
Hello.
Wow. So before we get started, we're the HoloNet Marauders. We are a Star Wars podcast. AJ, go ahead.
Everybody, welcome back to the HoloNet Marauders podcast, live from the VCEC.
Hello. Before we get started though, we are a Star Wars podcast, and so we know the description said history of Star Wars gaming. It is our personal Star Wars history, and then we are actually going to be doing an activity where we build our own Star Wars game, and you guys get to vote on the content.
Interactive.
So, just so you know, before we jump into it, and you're like, this isn't the history, just so you know.
And if voting is too much pressure, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What?
I said if voting is too much pressure,
Okay.
then I'm sorry.
Anyway, very cool. So we're HoloNet Marauders, like on every social media, Twitter and Instagram and whatnot. So that's where we are. But you want to start?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of gave the intro for us. But you know, we're a Star Wars podcast, Star Wars YouTube page, all that stuff. Find us on Twitter, YouTube. But we do these build episodes. They're our favorite things we do. They're our bread and butter for our show. And we had a panel at Fan Expo Boston in this building, and we built a pilot. Some people were there. I know our Jack here was. You didn't introduce us, did you, Jimmy?
No, I didn't introduce everyone. Oh, I'm so sorry,
This
everyone.
is Jack, a.k.a. Kyle Katarn. Pleasure to have Kyle himself in the building tonight. This is Jamie. I'm AJ, and this is good old Matt over here.
Good old Matt.
And that's Shelby, producer Shelby behind the camera.
Hey, Sylvie, thank you.
But yeah, we do these build episodes, and we each contribute different parts to the thing. So for a pilot, we chose like species, their ship, droid, and you'll see what we'll do for the game tonight. And you guys are gonna get to vote on it, as Jamie said.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a lot of fun. But first, I know a lot of you guys are here, probably just interested in Star Wars gaming, and we have a lot of stuff on Lucasfilm has a lot of stuff on the docket for new Star Wars games. How many of you love Fallen Order? Jedi Fallen Order?
Yes.
All right.
Wonderful.
I know
Great
that's
game.
That's the big rumor for Star Wars Celebration, that Fallen
Yeah.
Order 2 might get announced. Don't
Yeah,
quote
month
me,
from now.
but it's lean in that direction.
We at least know like the Jedi series is going to go forward, so it's
Yeah.
the question of whether we'll get to see Cal, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's I'll switch over here now. But yeah, that's a good question. I've wondered it's called Jedi, semicolon Fallen Order. So will the next game, what would it be called? It obviously won't be Fallen Order 2. Will it be Jedi, like Ascension, High Republic? I don't know.
Ascension.
Would you guys want it to be more of an anthology series in which each game focuses on a different Jedi in a different era? Or would you rather a sequel featuring Cal Kestis?
It's a tough call.
Cal Kestis,
Cal Kestis.
please.
I'm kind of interested in something new. I don't know if they can make something
yeah,
that's
yeah.
compelling because like when you first meet BD1, it's like he's just as cute as the first time you see R2 for me.
Yeah, I love BD.
So
I
got
thought
so
it would
much charm
be
to him.
a cool idea would be if you played as Master Topal, who was Cal Kestis' master, and if you got to play during the Clone Wars with him, maybe you cross paths with Anakin or Obi-Wan. That would be really cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, or even get some memories of that or something.
Yeah, we
Star
can give more
Wars.
work to James Arnold Taylor and Matt Lanter.
Yeah,
Ooh.
always.
Which,
That'd be
speaking
great.
of which, it was really great to see how they utilized the Clone Wars voice cast for Skywalker Saga.
Yeah, like
Oh,
yeah. So
God.
that's been we've been playing a lot since it's been out for a week and a half now. The
Yeah.
Lego Skywalker Saga, so all 9 movies. That's been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I need more clone content though.
I was like
ASAP.
tempted. I really want to do mumble mode, but it's like, I really need to hear this. It's just so good to hear everyone again.
Matt,
Have you
how
guys
do
played Lego Star Wars?
The newest one?
The newest one.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the ultimate anxiety killer. It's so much fun playing on co-op. Jamie and I play on co-op, and Jamie's you're kind of a smasher. You'll smash
Yeah.
everything. I want to progress through the story.
I will
but
destroy everything for Lego.
Yeah.
I love
Well, you
Lego,
gotta-
but
You got to get True Jedi.
Yes.
If you have
Gotta
to get
find
True
all
Jedi.
the bricks.
you gotta
Yeah.
find all of it. You have
This
to.
brick up here. Listen,
Look.
I'm gonna get up that roof. Just lift me up there.
There's two ways to play Lego games. There's two ways to build actual Legos. First of all, for Lego games, you either run through it and smash everything, or you just do your objective. Versus building an actual Lego, you sort everything first, or you just open the bag and you're just We're opposite ends of the spectrum here. Literally, I must sort, and AJ is just And
I
then
just open all the bags, and I'm
and
like,
I'm
all right,
like,
I'll find
please don't do that. But that's just Lego.
them. Shall we build our game?
Yeah, did you want to talk anything about our little history, favorite bits of Star Wars gaming,
Well, we have all
stuff?
these.
We got thoughts.
Matt and I here have
gotten into playing these really old Star Wars games. We have Rebel Assault 2. I don't know if
Really
any of you
old,
have played it.
Phantom
Who's
Menace
here?
and that
Yes,
stuff.
thank
Yeah.
you. Rebel Assault 2, often forgotten, but incredibly underrated. The first time that Lucasfilm was shooting live action after the original trilogy was in Rebel Assault 2 for the full motion video cutscenes that they were featuring. And we actually had the guy who played the main character, Rookie One, on our podcast to talk about it, and he had an absolute blast. It must
so
have been
much fun.
so much fun to use because they were literally digging into the Lucasfilm vault, taking like costumes and props and everything to feature in that game. And we just we were just walking through like a game store one day and we just saw that. We hadn't heard of it or anything. We picked it up. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and talking with Jameson Jones, who played Ricky 1, it feels like a diamond in the rough kind of game. I mean, I know a lot of you clapped for the game, but Jameson didn't seem like a lot of people had talked to him about the game, and he was so excited to talk about that. He's still an actor, and he does random shows here and there, but he was so excited and passionate about Star Wars, which was cool. So,
Has anybody played Demolition?
Star Wars Demolition. That's another.
No,
man.
Okay.
there's never any love for It's
No.
right up there with
It's-
Masters of Terras-Kasai, unfortunately.
Just like this case,
Yeah.
it is not very.
Has
What
a good
is
sound.
that?
condition.
That is Yoda Stories tier Star Wars gaming.
What did you do to that case? What happened?
I bought it like that. I
It's
didn't
called
break it.
Demolition.
You bought it
so.
like that?
Yeah.
AJ and Matt's favorite pastime is Matt comes over and they go to like the grodiest looking like video game shops like in Massachusetts, and
Oh,
I'm like,
you
what are
have
you
to,
guys
right?
like doing? They go and it's like the dustiest place you ever seen, but you find these diamond in the roughs, and it's like okay, I mean like whatever.
I know, Jack, you wanted to talk, Dark Forces and all that.
Oh, it's I like it a little bit. It's all right.
He says Kyle Katarn.
Well, no, I mean those games. Star Wars has always had this thing about it where it can just look at other things that people are doing in the industry and create something new out of it, like the way Fallen Order is kind of out of Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite examples is Kyle's whole game series because it borrowed a lot from like Doom and Quake, even those engines. Even it was the first time you could jump or crouch in a video game, and in 1997 that was really exciting. I just remember being handed. I went to my dad's office and I was like, "Hey, Dad, I'm bored. I want to try something new." And so he hands me this disc with a stormtrooper getting shot on the cover, and I'm like, "All right, cool. This is probably going to be up my alley." Because
That's the one
There
for
it is.
me.
I already
There it
seen A
is.
New Hope and was already hooked
Wish you
by
could see
that.
it better.
And when you fast forward to the newer ones, like when you have to fight like a Rancor, and it's like, oh, it'll gob you up if you're not careful. And just seeing all these different things in 3D, like, oh, I can walk around and see all its different corners, has always been some of the coolest parts of Star Wars gaming.
Yeah.
Like the VR title. Oh man, when you get to see Darth Vader in VR for the
Oh
first
my
time.
gosh. Okay, so the Star Wars VR games, they're all recent with like Vader Immortal, and there's like the one that's like Tales from the Galaxy's Edge,
Yeah.
which are really, really fun. That was the first time I ever like used VR, was Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. And I'm not even kidding. Like I did like the High Republic mission in which you like things are crawling through the walls and like attacking you. I screamed bloody murder in our living room, and I'm so glad that like we like don't live in an apartment anymore because like it was like blood curdling, and everyone
Someone
was like,
would've
"Are
called the
you
police."
okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. It's all good." I'm like, when it comes to video games, like my like bread and butter like is like a basic RPG like Fallout or something. So like, but the first games I ever really played were like Lego games. So Lego Star Wars was always like my like basic like base level for it.
Who's here was at their first like Star Wars game?
That's great.
I knew there'd be
It's
at least a
perfect.
couple. Yeah.
It's like a
an
perfect
easy
entry to
way.
it because like the films obviously, and then just like roll over right into like the Lego, and it's perfect. And it works just like Lego actually like happened like for Star Wars, or Star Wars actually happened for Lego. Like that Lego literally saved Star Wars, or Star Wars literally saved Lego. That's what it was. Yeah, getting there. But that's my history. Do you guys want to build a game?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. So the way this is gonna work, we're gonna do our first category. We're each gonna tell what it is, and then you guys are gonna vote. Okay? So we're gonna build a Star Wars game. It is a hypothetical. This is not going into production. We are not video game developers,
Good at
but we like to dream, right?
Good at
So-
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. So yeah, let's get into it. So our first category is the genre. I'm gonna start down there, guys.
Yeah. What
All
do you
right.
got, Matt?
So my genre is point-and-click adventures. For anybody who's played the Monkey Island series or Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, you know exactly what I'm talking
jeez.
about. That classic Lucasfilm or LucasArts point-and-click adventure
The
feel.
dig.
I wanted to choose point-and-click adventure, but Matt took it, so I let him have it. I went with the tycoon builder type game, so like City Skylines or Sim City or something like that. Figure we could maybe build a Star Wars neighborhood on Coruscant or something. We'll see how it goes.
All right, for me, I just picked a classic RPG, going like KOTOR or something like Fallout, the long fabled, will we ever get one? I don't know. But I want one in this hypothetical game.
And I, of course, went with a first-person shooter. Could be third-person, too. I'm not married to it.
All right, so we'll do a quick vote. So pretty much just raise your hands or make some noise depending on what you want to vote for. So point-and-click adventure.
I guess just
Cool.
throw some hands up.
That's
throw
good.
your hands up.
Put me down for that too.
Okay.
So.
A tycoon builder.
Whoa.
Okay, cool. That's in the lead. An RPG. Nice. First person or third person shooter?
All right.
RPG.
We're going
All right,
with
so you
an
guys voted for
RPG.
point-and-click adventure.
Sounds like we got an RPG
We
here.
got an RPG. I hope it gets put into production. So here we go. Our next one. So pick the era. So when will it take place? Very important for the story, right? Jack, you go first.
I decided to go with the New Republic OT era. I think like the Mandalorian, like the Empire is nowhere near as strong as it was, but it still has a presence, and there's other threats in the galaxy to be had as well.
The Clone Wars. I love the Clone Wars. If y'all know anything about our podcast, I mean, I'm wearing the Bad Batch jacket right now, but yeah, the Clone Wars. I feel like that'd be an incredible RPG. You can be like a Jedi general or something, and you just like lead your unit. Sign me up for that. Yeah, AJ.
I went with the sequel trilogy, more so the beginning of it, I guess pre-war of the sequel trilogy, just to be different. And I like that era because it's kind of a peaceful time. The First Order's blooming out there, and if we did choose a city builder game, it would have been a nice time to rebuild from the Empire. But we'll see how it goes with this RPG game.
And I decided to go with this little unknown era, the original trilogy. It's Empires versus Rebels, classic, almost kind of, dystopian, authoritarian vibes going on. Hopefully this one gets more votes than the last. Nobody votes for my things.
The funniest part about doing all this is like we all chose things for our specific game, so it's funny to see it get mixed and matched. And I hope by the end it's an absolute mess. But
You'll
and
notice
I
a
hope you
trend.
guys develop
So
the
let's
worst
see.
game possible.
Oh, there's a trend.
Oh, there's a trend, all right. So for voting, so New Republic. Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
Clone Wars.
Respectable, man.
I love you people are walking in and you're like, yeah, Clone Wars. I love it. Love the enthusiasm. Sequel trilogy? Wow.
Nice.
I am astounded. 3 people
There we
raised
go.
their hand. Podcast, 3 people raised their hand. I just want everyone to know
I
that.
love it.
That's my actual favorite era than the Clone Wars. But anyway, but I voted for the Clone Wars. Matt, original trilogy. Okay.
You know what? That's
So we're
That's
gonna
close.
recount original trilogy versus Clone Wars. So Clone Wars. Original trilogy.
it's the OT.
We're going OT.
I think
Yeah,
OT has
okay.
it.
It was close though. It was very
Ooh.
close.
All right.
What a turbulent
interesting.
time.
All right. The protagonists.
Oh, God.
So
This is
these
where
are
it gets good.
characters we
This is where the
created
fun begins.
ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
AJ, you go first.
Wholly original.
Well, that is not George Costanza you see up there. That is Van Art Delay. He's an architect and very well dressed, mustache, and Luke Skywalker's hat. This was supposed to be a city builder, but he could still be an architect and a main character of an RPG.
Yeah, but why
Why not?
limit yourself? You
Yeah.
want to go city planner. You want to go big.
Something happened, and he had to go deal with it. So we'll come up with the plot later.
Yikes. So this is where mine kind of gets thrown out the window, but mine is Tylan Faye. They are a Jedi Temple Guard in training. Maybe there's Jedi in hiding in the OT. Who knows? But that could be pretty cool, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
there
it's
could
like
still
a
be couple
group of
left that didn't
Jedi
get
that
impersonated.
don't realize the Jedi
Is that a
are
word?
destroyed,
It's a word.
and
Yeah,
they're
I
just
feel like that's
training new
possible.
guards to guard like nothing.
It's
I
possible.
genuinely think that's actually like happened. Like far out in the Outer Rim, like for like the High Republic, they're so far like with the outposts. Like I feel like there are like Jedi just like lingering out there, but we're never gonna
I think
know.
Order 66 getting all the Jedi is just propaganda. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, we've clearly seen
sure.
they're not they
Not
weren't as
real.
good as they thought they were.
Jack.
I went with a wholly original protagonist, Lyle Patarn. Just picked a random image online that I thought fit it. I thought it was pretty good. So he's a mercenary. He may be force sensitive. We're not sure yet. I don't want to leave the door open, but he's smooth talking. Has a couple cool friends. I don't know.
I like it.
Just thought him up.
Matt, and please tell everyone the quote of your description for this guy. I didn't have room on the slide.
The quote?
Yeah, the
Well, he's-
description you gave us.
He's a Zygerian abolitionist. So if anybody knows the Clone Wars, the Zygerians are a large-scale empire that are very into slavery. And this guy, he's against it. And just to add a little spice to it, I gave him Will Smith's glasses from Wild Wild West. So you can
Literally,
see.
he sent me his answers, and he's like, I want to make a Zagarian abolitionist with Will Smith's glasses from Wild Wild West. And I'm like, what?
Those glasses really slap.
Look, there he is.
Absolutely. I mean, look at that guy.
Oh, man. All right, let's vote. For Van Art Delay, the architect.
There's going to be a lot of dialogue-heavy options with the construction managers to try to work out the price of light bulbs.
This is so
Oh, my
good.
God. They're going to be trying to find the best bathrooms on Coruscant. Tylan Fay, the Jedi Temple Garden Training. Cool,
Alright,
that's
alright,
fine.
alright,
I appreciate it. I knew she wouldn't win. Lyle Platarn, the mercenary.
Hey.
And Tycho Psycho, the Zagarian abolitionist.
Come on.
I believe Van Art Delay
Oh,
won.
yeah, Van Art Delay won that.
Yes, let's
down.
go.
Oh, my God. This was supposed to be a tycoon game. You guys just picked an architect
You
for
have
an
to min-max
RPG?
the import-export. It's going to be rough.
AJ,
It's a
Exactly.
game about nothing.
I'm leaving. AJ, what does Van Art Delay import-export?
Oh, he imports death sticks,
Okay.
There you go.
and he exports lightsabers.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Oh,
How about
that's
He
extreme.
looks like he would.
And then he
looks like
became
a
an
good guy.
architect.
Really building yourself up there, aren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, oh yeah.
All right, the sidekick. So every protagonist needs a good sidekick. Good lord. This is where it goes off the rails. I'll go first. I don't know what y'all are laughing at. This is very serious. All right,
It's
Why are
not
you guys
even
laughing?
close.
Newt.
Newt. All right, well, we'll each
have
describe
to-
him, but we know what the answer is. Mine is a vulture droid named Grim, but he's small. He's a mini vulture droid, so he just like hovers nearby you. He's not gonna win, but like whatever. Go ahead, Jack.
Jen Paddles instead of Janors. In case anyone was left at home with that. Yeah, she's a smooth-talking pilot, always bails him out of trouble. Oh, not Lyle, but maybe Van Art Delay.
Maybe.
Impossible.
I'm starting to sense a theme with yours, Jack. I don't know what it is.
I have,
yet, though.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Interesting.
AJ, you go next.
I went with 808, the builder. There's a joke in there somewhere, but he's not gonna win. So Matt, go ahead.
I don't know, man. It's
Newt.
themed, but-
So Matt's is a Jawa in a backpack with 2 blasters. It looks like Jango Fett's blasters there.
Oh, I should have kept the backpack.
Yeah, you should have brought your backpack today. Anyway, so everyone, Newt. Oh boy.
That's fair. Yeah, I think we all knew what was going to
All
happen.
right.
Next
Appreciate the
slide.
So
formality.
the next one, the starship. Yeah. So this is what they travel in. Jack, go ahead.
The decrepit jackdaw. It's a cool ship. It's mainly just for flying under Imperial radar. I don't know if Van Art will need it, but it could be cool.
All right. Matt, what do you got?
Mine's the Stygian Star, a very, it's a long, complicated name for this starship, but it's from the mobile game Star Wars Uprising. Do you guys remember that? Anybody remember that? Holy crap.
Wow.
That was
Deep
some
cut.
deafening silence there.
That's too deep of a cut. I just like the design. Yeah, it looks like a hunk of junk.
I like it. I went with the LeBaron. How many people are Seinfeld fans here, by the way?
You're picking up all the references regardless.
So like that's George Costanza drives a car called the LeBaron. I don't know, but you don't need to know about that. So this this ship's the LeBaron. It was previously owned by a famous actor in the Star Wars universe for some drama. I don't know. There's movies in the Star Wars universe, right?
His
Yeah,
name was
Hollows.
Von Joit.
His name was
Yeah, the
Von
HoloNet.
Joit. So yeah, that's that. It's a cool ship.
One thing about our podcast, we tend to drop a lot of references to Seinfeld and SpongeBob like all the time. So just FYI.
yeah.
Right. So mine is the Nebula Dawn. So it is a Mandalorian assault class ship. That's all I got. All right, let's vote. So Jack, the decrepit jackdaw. Yeah? All right, cool,
okay.
cool.
Respectful
The
audience, haven't had
Stygian Star.
Stygian star.
Stygian?
I got one. I
You
got two.
You got two.
I got two.
You got two. The LeBaron.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. And Nebula Dawn.
I must admit, I thought the LeBaron
win.
had it, but
Nebula Dawn might have taken it.
Might have to- do we redo it?
Nah. Okay, we'll do one quick revote. So LeBaron or Nebula Dawn. So LeBaron. The Nebula Dawn.
There it is.
uh-oh.
Nice.
There it is.
Nebula Dawn
The science,
it
the
is.
science counts.
Look at that. Perfect. All right. I believe the next slide is pretty chaotic. Oh, yeah. The antagonist. Who's first now?
I can go first, I guess.
AJ, you go first.
So,
Everybody come in. They want to fight. Why they no fight?
Don't start.
remember, mine was supposed to be the city builder. So, I had to think of a villain, so I went with the corrupt mayor, I guess. It could still work here, obviously. Mayor Quibby. That sash is very familiar if you're a Simpsons fan, and so is that name.
So is that name.
And he has a monocle if you look close. +1 points for that monocle if you'll.
So it's one extra vote.
Yeah, 1 extra vote. But yeah, that's that.
I have a little story before we move on. I just want to point out. So yesterday we were talking about, because he was like, oh, Mayor Quibby, and I was like, all right, cool. But what if we do like Mayor McCheese? And AJ turns to me and goes, well, Book of Boba Fett already did that. And I was thinking, and the mayor in Book of Boba Fett's name is Mayor Makshaiz.
And you never realized it.
And I never
don't know.
realized it.
Oh,
Oh, that's perfect.
it's
Remember
good.
when Book of Boba Fett came out this year?
A lot's
That was a long time ago.
That was a while ago.
Anyway.
Where is Boba Fett? He was just in here.
He
Nah, he
left.
left.
He left?
Boba Fett left.
He had things
He
to
had
do.
bounties.
Bounties to
He had to go to the
hunt.
Polynesian spa.
Yeah, he's back in the Sarlacc.
True, true.
All right, my antagonist is a Chally Three Toes. He's a pirate. He's a Lasat with an eye patch, and a Porg with an eye patch is his little companion.
Oh, it's
Chally, that's all I got. Yeah, I got.
I chose Merrick. He's a Miralukan Dark Jedi, former Inquisitor, who decided to form his own band of ne'er-do-wells to try to find something called the Valley of the Jedi. I can't really mess that up.
Looks familiar.
Just say Medi. No.
Okay.
Magi. It's gonna cross over with the mummy.
So, do you guys remember my original character was a Zygerian abolitionist who was against slavery? Well, my idea was that Watto, after Attack of the Clones, picks himself back up and starts a business and starts buying slaves again. And he'd be the main antagonist. And he would have a mech suit made of pit droids. And
There's
I still think it works.
me a lot of money.
Oh my god. I want to remind everyone this is taking place in the original trilogy, so I mean take that with a grain of salt.
He's
but,
pretty old at this point. He's less Toydarian than Machine at this point.
that's
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
All right, let's vote. Mayor Quibby.
All right.
Nice.
all
All
right.
right. Chally Three Toes. Okay, all right.
Okay,
All right. Merrick. All right. Watto in a pit droid mech suit.
All right.
What always wins. Sorry,
Maybe.
I'll stop.
All right.
I want you guys to know that last time we had a panel, Matt wanted to play or you wanted to play it again, that no one votes for his stuff, but he didn't even have to do that today.
No, I didn't.
He's doing well.
He's doing well. He's doing great. Okay, this one's a little bit of a wild card. So where will it take place? So we each picked a trio of planets. They're kind of color coded if you look by the circles. Obviously, that's kind of where they are in the galaxy. Matt, where is your story taking place?
So mine takes place on Zygeria, Falleen, and Malastare. I picked Falleen because originally I also had Prince Shizor. It was going to be Watto in a pit droid mech suit and Prince Shizor teaming up to, like, catch slaves or whatever. So yeah, and in Zygeria, again, like super Egyptian aesthetics, like really cool cat people just kind of like chilling around, whipping people. And Malastare, which has pod racing, very fast, very dangerous, and is also the homeworld of the Toydarians, where Watto would probably reside.
Jack, you go.
So I picked Ord Mantell, nice old world aesthetic. Maybe can get some tomb hunting in there. Droman Kas is also nice. It's kind of like Dagobah, but even more dark side. And then Nar Shaddaa is just like a nice, like classic ship port. I don't even know if it's a planet at this point. It's like way seedier Coruscant, and I would love to see it show up in the main canon.
Yeah. I picked a Mimban Exegol and Umbara. I was going for a very spooky vibe, obviously. And the spooky vibe is still there. I think that Exegol, somebody might go to it in the OT. Why not, right? Luke almost does. Just trying to find
If
it.
anyone could find it, it'd be George Costanza.
George Costanza.
Hexagol.
Sorry.
Van Art Delay.
Van Art Delay.
Actually.
So I went with Coruscant, Nar Shaddaa, and Takodana. Takodana was where Maz's castle was in Force Awakens. Very cool planet. And I just like the two city planets just because they're cool. Who doesn't love Coruscant, right? So I figured Takodana could fit in because since we got Van Art Delay, the architect, he is picking up the pieces. Oh no, but this is original
This
trilogy,
is original
right?
trilogy.
This is original
All right,
trilogy now.
he's doing renovations on Maz's
That's right.
castle, and that's how people on the other planets, on the city planets, find out about him. And he gets called there.
That could be the tutorial level.
He becomes the best architect there is. So
Wow. All right, so I'm just going to say everyone's name, and we'll figure it out from there. All right, so Matt's planets, Zygeria, Falleen, and Malastare.
All right, we got one.
You got one, nice. AJ's planets, Coruscant, Nar Shaddaa, and Takodana. Okay.
All right.
Jack's planets, Ord Mantell, Drummond Cass, and Nar Shaddaa. After that. My planets, Mimban, Exegol, and Umbara.
There we
Mimban's
go.
great.
Buddy.
Solo was a really good movie. Everyone should watch it.
Bring your galoshes.
I think it was a split between AJ and Jack, so we'll do a revote really quick. So AJ, Coruscant, Nar Shaddaa, or Takodana? All right. Or
That's probably it.
Ord Mantell, Drummond Cass, and Nar Shaddaa. No, that was. What'd you
I think that goes to Jack.
we'll give it
was
to Jack.
Jack's, yeah.
It was close.
All right. Now
already
you'll
have
get
George
to see me struggle
Costanza
with
as our main
PowerPoint.
character.
So here we go. All right. hang on
let's
a
make
second.
this art.
Y'all talk amongst yourselves, guys. Not you, these guys.
Are you proud of the game you guys have made today? I think it's gonna be a good one.
I think it's going to be
And then
a good
we can kind of talk out the plot.
So it's
Plot
okay.
ideas.
So it's an RPG,
Yeah.
and we know our character very well at this point, and his sidekick Newt Newt. How do you think they met? How did Van Art Delay and Newt Newt meet?
So after he finished fixing up Maz's castle. Oh no,
Well, I don't know if we're going there. I don't know if we're gonna go to Takodana.
Oh, this is true.
Oh,
what
yeah, you're
what
not
planets
going
did you
there
have again?
The planets we have are Ord Mantell, Drummond Cass,
okay.
and Nar Shaddaa.
So Van Art Delay was munching on some Mantell mix,
That's right.
and Newt Newt was the vendor, and was like, "Boy, let's pair up." And then
Who said that? Did Van Art Delay say that, or did Newt Newt say that? Newt Newt can speak basic?
Maybe
Van
they
Art-
left
Van
the
Art Delay
backpack.
said it.
Maybe
Okay.
left the Clone Wars backpack somewhere.
Yeah. Newt Newt's too big. Got to make him a little smaller.
Yes.
Keep going. Don't criticize. I'm under pressure, okay?
She's doing good.
There we go.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so
What was the ship?
yeah, so
Ooh,
it's,
right.
so it could be like just like post Bad Batch, like still OT era.
Their hands meet over a bag of Mantel mix.
Yeah, I like that
What's an
better.
architect doing in the middle of Imperial space in the core worlds, and then going out to
He got called in
deep and dark, spooky places?
to fix up. Has everyone here watched Bad Batch? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
He got called in
Season
to
2 when?
fix up, or he built, what's her face's cantina there?
Sid?
Sid's Lounge.
I can see that.
He built the,
Ugh, this is
I don't know.
this is gorgeous.
I think at that point, after him and Newt meet on Ord Mantell, because I think that makes sense, because you could easily find maybe the Bad Batch leaves a Clone Wars backpack somewhere for him to hang out in, a couple blasters.
There we
Wrecker's
go.
pretty, careless about his stuff.
I thought you were gonna end that sentence with Wrecker is pretty, and I'm like,
He is
okay.
pretty.
He is
They're all
pretty.
pretty.
Captain Rex
Except
left
all
that
Bad Batch
behind.
here. What do you call it? I think at that point he has like some errand that brings him to Nar Shaddaa, gets himself into some trouble with some local gangsters.
Where does Watto come in? In a mech suit.
Maybe he's the crime boss on Nar Shaddaa.
That's it. Wow.
Okay.
That's a big upgrade. Good job, Watto. Good for you.
This kind of looks awful.
And that Jawa and Watto had a beef in the prequels on
That's right.
Tatooine.
Look what you've made. Look upon the game you have created.
Oh my god.
Okay, so at some point, the import-export game turns to Sith and holocrons, and that brings Van Art Delay to Drummond Kaas, because he has to investigate the source to see if he can export even more. Well, first he has to
I like
import
that
them.
a lot. What's the name of this game?
Oh gosh. Oh wow.
Disaster.
How about this?
We didn't
If
think that far ahead.
someone in the audience comes up with a name for our game, you actually will win a prize.
Yeah.
We have prizes.
What you got?
Okay.
Killer
okay.
Watto. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Do we have, any other name ideas? What you got? That first one was Star Wars Attack of the Killer Watto, just so we know. Take your time, it's good. You got it ready?
Oh yeah.
Architect of Slavery.
That is so insane,
Whoa.
it might work.
Ooh.
So that was Star Wars Architect of Slavery. Okay, interesting. Architects of the slave trade. Okay,
Alright.
we
That's
got
not
a
bad.
couple more. So you've
Back there,
Okay.
or back left.
Yeah. All right. All right.
I like that.
Fallen Order 2.
Back there.
In the green.
Shadow of the
Newt.
Newt.
Uh-oh, in the green.
I
You got
like
one
that.
better? Star Abomination. I'd vote for that one.
I like that one.
We got another one over here as well, though.
Oh,
There you go.
Human fun.
I like
We
that.
have
Star
a
Wars: The
Seinfeld
Human Fun. That's a good one.
reference.
What do you guys think?
I like Human Fun because that gets me as a Seinfeld fan, and I liked Abomination.
Yeah.
Abomination.
I like Shadow of the Newt as well.
What about the
Any of them
Architect
with
of the
Newt
Human
Newt
Fun?
in them?
Was who said Abomination? What size T-shirt are you? That's the one size I don't have.
One size you don't have.
Will a large work? Or do you want a cup?
Do you drink liquids?
Do you want a cup? Here, give me that cup. By the way.
There we go.
All right. Well, I mean, you decide.
What did you want a cup or a shirt? Okay, cool.
Cup.
We got a cup.
All right.
Who said Human Fund?
Come up
What
later.
size
right
are
now.
you? Large. Okay.
I really like Shadow
I
of the
throw it?
Newt as well.
Think I can make it?
That was
So-
good.
You can do it. You can do
No?
it.
Am I allowed to throw?
Just be careful. Wow, nice.
Hey.
Do you want to give someone for Shadow of the Newt as well?
That was
Yes.
good also. Who had that one?
Woo.
What size are you?
You don't have any more?
I have a medium. Cup?
Do you drink liquids?
Give me the
Do you
give me the
consume
cup.
blue milk?
You guys are gonna be upset when you hear our original plan we had for the giveaways.
Oh,
but-
jeez, yeah.
So we had the pod racing video game to play on PS2, but we couldn't get it to work out. So
Yeah, it's just not gonna happen.
maybe next year. Right?
Technical
Maybe next
difficulties.
Right.
year.
Right.
Are you a medium?
All right.
So I guess at this point in the podcast, you guys want to open any sort of Q&A, just like in general?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
So I mean, we're game for like Star Wars questions / video game questions. We don't mind. But if
Personal
there's anything,
questions.
let us know.
Yeah.
Do we drink liquids?
do we drink liquids?
Yes.
Been
That's
known
Matt's
to buy
question.
from time to time.
What?
That's how you get to know someone.
The answer is yes.
Then you're on the right track. Ooh,
Okay, so the
right.
question was, if we had to pick a TIE fighter, which is our favorite kind?
The one at the end of Rebel Assault 2, the whole game is based around.
And it
You know.
self-destructs.
Well, hey, don't give away the ending.
Spoiler for a 20-something-year-old game.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Kylo Ren. I liked his TIE silencer in Last Jedi. But yeah, it's a cool version.
I could.
It didn't last very long.
No, it did not.
What's
The flaming Doritos ones from the Rise of Skywalker are pretty cool, but
the Sith.
Those are good.
the,
Spi-
Sith, the
Sith
tie
dagger.
daggers.
Spicy nacho.
Yeah.
What's the one in Rebels that's like the tribe?
The Defender.
The Defender. I love the
Yeah.
TIE Defender from Rebels.
That is
so.
a good one.
Yeah.
Talk about
I think
abomination.
for me it's the old TIE Advanced, just Vader's personal ship.
Classic,
It's a
yeah.
quality one.
Yeah.
Used it to destroy his own droid. Just kind of messed up that he just blows up R2 like that.
Like, aw.
That's why you know he's really turned. Not
I
all
never
the
thought
Order
of that.
66 stuff.
That's depressing.
Any other questions? Right there. Or,
Oh, our
Whoa.
favorite Lego set from Star Wars. Mine is
that's a
the
whole
Bad
bunch.
Batch attack shuttle. It is actually called the Havoc Marauder.
Yeah.
I'm very excited that the Bad Batch's ship is called the Havoc Marauder, and I will say it to the end of my days. But
We had
Bad
the
Batch
name
attack
first.
Shuttle, that's my favorite one.
we did.
We had the name first.
I've been recently building the Mos Eisley Cantina set. I bit the bullet and bought that, and that's been fun. Before that, what else did I like? The Razor Crest for the Mandalorian was fun. I'm sure Jack was probably going to say that.
How dare you?
Oh, those new ones?
The
Those
smaller
are-
ones in the hall. Yeah, there's like the Luke in the hallway, but no, there's like the new one with like Aunt Beru that just got like released or
Trash
revealed, which is like
compactor
it's
one.
cute, but it's funny.
Yeah, those are really cool.
I,
What else for favorite sets?
For me, I was going to say the Razor Crest, absolutely. That was such a fun set to build. It has an escape pod that I'm like, oh, maybe this will come up in season 2. It didn't. It didn't. In
R.I.P.
fact, it didn't
Moment of
come up
silence.
again after episode 5, right?
Yeah.
Anyway. But what I really enjoyed was a Star Destroyer. I got it secondhand, so like if you've ever tried to take apart a big set and then try to follow the instructions again, it's pretty difficult to keep them all separated. So it was like extra challenging on something so big. They're so fun, the Star Destroyers, if you can ever get one.
Matt?
Yeah,
Oh, wow, the
it's not
2004
easy. Like,
Millennium
was this
Falcon.
in this bag? I guess I'm gonna find that piece along the way.
So I would say my favorite was the original pod racers from like 99, 2000, like that era of Star Wars Legos when they were first releasing the brand, Lego Star Wars. I got Sebulba and Anakin's ship. My friend got Sebulba, I got Anakin. And what we used to do is we used to run around his house in circles over and over again until we got dizzy. And whoever lost had to whip their Lego at the wall. We had to like destroy our pod racer.
Did you win?
No, never.
You lost?
I lost all the time.
That's insane.
Nothing will beat locking those S-foils into attack position on any X-Wing Lego. They get
Oh,
the
yeah.
lock in so well. Oh, by the way, if anyone does have a question, we have a microphone there so you can be
Oh,
heard
yeah.
a little better.
The
Dave, it's
Jedi
up to
was
you.
first, actually. So-
Jedi.
So would we enjoy a film adaptation or show adaptation of Starkiller?
Of The Force
The short
Unleashed.
answer is no. I'm sorry.
No, I mean,
I would. I want to give Sam Witwer more work.
Yeah, for that.
I'd like to
but-
see an updated version of it. Maybe he could be an Inquisitor.
Should he still be able
Yeah.
to pull a Star Destroyer down?
No.
Yeah, I don't think.
No.
That's the problem with video
they-
game characters. Like, as much as I want to see Kyle Katarn in live action, he's an unstoppable badass, and like that's hard to translate to screen without it seeming overpowered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably say if we were going to adapt Starkiller, he'd have to be an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Maybe the Grand Inquisitor after the Grand Inquisitor dies.
That would be cool. That'd be really cool.
Bring him in. Could work. Could work.
Could work.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he would feel like him, but it wouldn't be quite like him.
Yeah, that's the danger of adapting Legends characters into canon. Is If you're going to change them up too much, they're not going to feel like the characters from Legends. And then it's almost like just like, Starkiller in name only. It's like you're calling a completely different character Starkiller. So that's dangerous, but
We get lucky every now and then. Thrawn was really well handled.
Yeah.
yeah.
I agree.
Is there another question?
So the question is there a favorite moment from any of the big Star Wars space battles that are like our favorite moments?
Battle over Scarif. I'm not like the biggest Rogue One fan. I like it a lot.
I
And
am.
Matt absolutely loves it.
Rogue
most
One.
most people do, right? But I thought that was just unbelievable. That's
Oh my God.
it's so good.
To have like an original trilogy space battle with modern effects and to incorporate the original like call signs from 77 that were deleted. It's
Yeah.
such a clever idea, such a really good use. And of course, RIP Red 5, the original, the OG.
Yeah.
And I always love seeing the strategy in the space battles. Like, I know in Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, Thrawn, when they're escaping Chopper Base, if you guys remember, Thrawn, there's all the strategy involved. And I love in Rogue One, just calling up the Hammerhead Corvette and just ramming the
That's
Star
the opposite
Destroyer
of
in.
strategy. That's
Well, it's
just like smash.
It's a strategy.
It is
Yeah,
a
no,
strategy.
it's a good strategy.
That's how Jamie plays Lego Star Wars.
Exactly.
Smash.
Just
Full
like
circle.
the Battle over Scarif. My favorite moment is in The Last Jedi, the Holdo maneuver.
Oh, yeah.
Just the jump to light speed through it.
The audio
Every-
was amazing. on
Beautiful
I
shot.
love how it goes silent and then just the.
that. Everyone thought
So
their movie
good.
theater
So
broke.
good. Yeah.
I think for me, it's the Return of the Jedi Death Star 2 battle. That was just amazing to see all that happening on screen and like
Absolutely.
being that all model work, the scale of it and like when the Falcon is just getting through the tunnel, everything's exploding and just barely makes it plumes out of the fire as it comes through. Just love
I
that
really
moment.
like Nine Numb's laugh.
Yeah, he's laughing the whole way.
They had a moment like that in Squadrons, and playing that in VR was just
Yeah.
incredible.
I would probably.
Oh, I didn't get it.
I'm going to get a little creative because nobody's picked anything from the prequels. So I'm actually going to pick the Naboo starfighters from Episode 1.
Oh, yeah.
That whole space battle. I actually really, first of all, spinning is a great trick. It is just like pod racing. But really, the Naboo starfighter is like one of the most iconic ships in Star Wars. And to see those babies in action, that's like my childhood realized. You look at,
Starfighter.
I used to always look at the Naboo starfighters like on the shelves. And then when I finally got to like show up and watch them, fly and shoot things and go on autopilot and be piloted by a 9-year-old against the donut ships. I love the Lucre Hulks also, like some of my favorite Star Wars designs. So I would probably go with the space battle in Episode 1, or I would probably say it's a tie between that and the Battle of Coruscant in
That's
Episode
good.
3.
Nice job.
But it seems like you disagree with our choices.
I was picking that. I was
Asteroid
thinking
Field's
that too.
that is
classic,
pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
The music,
Less a battle, and more
music-
an invasion, but an excellent one.
the music is S tier.
iconic.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so good, yeah.
God.
In a snowstorm or just traffic.
Yeah, driving like head on into traffic to avoid like the cars and blasting that, it's so much fun. Try it sometime.
No, don't do that. Please don't do that. I think we'll grab one more. So you had one over here. Do we think Mace Windu is coming back? No.
It seems like-
He fell out a window.
Bringing
Come
back
on.
Star Wars characters from the dead has been controversial lately. And
Although, if he does come back, I would rather it is in like the era like right after he died. I don't want to have him come back like post OT with whatever the
Right.
theories are for like Boba Fett and whatnot. But like that already happened.
Like if he showed up in Bad Batch or like Fallen Order
Yeah,
too.
or in Kenobi, like whatever. Like that's plausible.
Ooh, yeah.
I'll
The
say let's
problem
get
is-
even closer. I'll say he face plants and then immediately gets up and dusts himself off.
I want to see Samuel L. Jackson do more with the role because Mace Windu always felt like a pretty muted character for someone like Samuel L. Jackson because it just, compared to other
Yeah.
characters he's played, like Nick Fury, for example. And it would be something where you have to go, okay, well, then why wasn't he around? Like, do we have another broken Jedi on our hands? And,
Yeah.
it's something that people didn't like it when they did that to Luke, but I don't know another way to explain that. After what happened to him, that seems like the natural way that he'd be suffering, just like Yoda and Luke later down the line.
I do have a few more minutes. I misjudged it. There was another question. If anyone had it.
I think someone over here. I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead in the middle.
So, what's your favorite droid, and why is it HK-47?
Oh.
Can you repeat the question, guys?
Who's your favorite droid and why is it HK-47?
For those of you who don't know, that's the killer droid from
Assassin
KOTOR.
droid from
Statement. You are
Knights of the Old
correct.
Very sassy.
Meatbags.
I'm excited for the KOTOR remake.
Absolutely.
Or whatever they're
Yeah.
calling
Yeah,
that.
whatever
I
that
hope
comes
he's in
about.
it again. I would assume he will be.
I think it's going to be called the KOTOR remake.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so too. But my actual favorite droid?
Let's see.
I'd have to go with Chopper.
Yeah.
Chopper.
I love Chop.
He's got a pretty high
he's-
kill count.
Yeah, very high. War criminal?
He's a war criminal for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
What about you, Matt?
It's too late. I can't
Ooh,
talk.
boy. You know what? I like K2SO.
K2 is great.
Yeah.
That was
K2SO is good.
that was the saddest death for me in Rogue One.
Dude,
it was
Alec
they're all
Tudyk
sad.
did a
but
great job.
Oh my God. I knew he was going to, I like
seeing
knew
his
they were going to
lights-
finish
his
him
lights
off.
go off. That was sad.
And it still hit me like a ton of bricks. Absolutely tragic.
I'm just gonna go with the obvious choice because I mean, like, who doesn't love R2? R2's been there since the beginning.
fair.
Literally, still kicking after Episode 9. You know.
Yep.
It's good. He'll be around
Just-
forever.
Let's see.
Keeping all his
Uh,
secrets. He's got a lot of secrets.
I'd have to say BD1, like I mentioned earlier. Like it's between that and like C3PO because I do love C3PO's prissy charm, and I have to give respects to Mr. Daniels. But BD1 has been such a great recent droid because he's just got a lot of charm. He's very curious, but inquisitive, and like he's willing to share his knowledge, and it's just a fun adventure. And he's a good companion for Cal. They
He's
work
a
Yeah.
little
good
dog.
together.
I got to call out as well. This is our mascot droid, QG-813. She is
Right.
a
Oh, yeah.
half protocol droid, half battle droid, and half assassin droid. I don't know, she's all of it. She lives in a listening post, and yeah, she's our announcer droid.
Oh, that reminds me. I love the recent love that Mr. Bones has been getting.
Oh, yes,
If you've
Mr.
never heard of Mr.
Bones.
Bones? Check out the original Aftermath novels from like,
Yep.
the beginning of the new canon.
Yeah.
He's a great character.
He's also in the Lego game.
That's so great.
Heavily based off of HK-47, so we brought it full circle.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Brought it full circle.
What's my
Were there
time?
any other?
Were there any other questions? I feel like I saw some
All
hands.
the
it
way
is.
in the back, you had
Oh,
one.
sorry.
Yeah.
You mentioned Star Wars Squadrons. What other Star Wars games or settings would you like to see in VR?
Ooh.
So what's
Pod
Star Wars?
racing.
Ooh.
Sorry.
So what
Oh.
games in
That
VR would we
question
like to
has
see?
been
So
in my head for a
Go ahead.
while, and like pod racing seems so simple. You have tracked controllers. You could be grabbing that, just like the arcade game from when Episode 1 was out. That was the best one, and yeah, I don't know why that isn't already in development.
Honestly.
Maybe it'll surprise us the way Squadrons did, because that was a huge surprise when it came out.
So, like I already told you the story. I scream bloody murder playing VR. I would like a cooking simulator in Dex's Diner in VR. That'd be.
Oh,
So-
where's that brand synergy?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
already did
So,
Rick and
so you
Morty.
can either be like another chef, or you can be the droid, being the waitress. It'd be great.
You want a
Really
cup of
good thing.
Jamba Juice?
You want a cup of
Those
Java
are
juice?
both amazing choices. I vote for both of those.
There we go.
Yeah. Did you have any other VR game or?
Yeah, you guys nailed both of mine. I can't think of anything else.
That is it.
Do we have time for one more? I think down in the blue had one. That's a deep cut.
Run that by me again? What is that? What the?
Oh my God, that's what.
Oh,
Oh
my.
my god.
Gonna have to do. a
Okay,
stream.
Wow.
I'd like to
I'll
talk
figure
to you
that
after the panel's over.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
You're writing
How'd
this
that go?
down.
Gaming.
Holy crap,
Write
Write
that
that
down.
down.
Write that down.
dude! Absolutely. And I believe you had a question up front.
Yeah. Favorite prequel meme?
Favorite prequel meme? Oh my goodness.
I'd say hello there, because I say it just all the time.
My
I can't
favorite-
stop.
The first one that comes to mind is Obi-Wan like posing in Episode 3, and Anakin's like, "What are you doing tonight?" He's more like, "Who am I doing tonight?" And he's like, "No, I'm not doing anything. What's up?" That's my favorite.
I love all the ones. That's when Palpatine says it's treason then, but it's like things like "'tis the season then," and he's holding like a candy
Yes.
cane and like just things that like rhyme with that. That's my favorite.
There is a YouTube video out there of Palpatine's six spin move, but he doesn't just six spin. He like spins out of the office and like destroys like the Death Star and planets, and he's just like plowing through everybody as he's just drilling along. 100% my favorite prequel meme.
That's right up there with the one where every part of the duel between Dooku, Obi-Wan, and Anakin in Episode 3, where every lightsaber clash is replaced by "do it, do it, do it," just over and over
Absolutely.
again. It just gets funnier as you go.
Absolutely.
It's
Oh my
ridiculous.
gosh.
And then the last part is actually when he's supposed to say it, it's a lightsaber clash.
That's even better.
Well, yeah. Thank you guys so much for the questions. Thank you so much for coming to our panel.
so much.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. So that's all of our social media. If you scan the QR code, it'll just bring you right to like our like page with everything. But we're HoloNet Marauders on everything. On Twitter, it is just at HoloNet Marauder. If you want to chat with us after, come on up. I do have business cards if you want one, if you're old school. And yeah, thank you guys so much for coming to our panel, and thank you so much for creating that wonderful game. Let's look at it one more
Star Wars
time.
Abomination.
Oh boy! Wow.
Abomination.
That's
Come on,
beautiful.
Lucasfilm Games.
Lucasfilm, if you're listening, and we know you are, please make this game.
At least we don't have to worry about EA making this. It'd be even worse.
Thank you guys so much.